Hi, Cancer. This is Just with your August 2016 mid month reading. I hope that you guys are having an enjoyable month so far. So, I do see here that some Cancers has definitely departed from one circumstance and is moving forward into another. There is um, a job move. A career move, a change in your working situation for some of you. Um, and you're separating from one job because you've gotten another offer, okay? And by definitely by the end of August, for most of you that are looking for work, I feel like you're definitely going to be getting some type of offer, some news that yes, we want you, you're hired. So those of you that's looking for work, definitely start, getting things out there because there's great opportunities for that. um, I feel like there could be some person, because this move is kind of bittersweet for a lot of cancers that this relates to. It's like, okay, you're leaving behind a circumstance that either was very disappointing, it was very, had you all type of mentally hung up. And you know that you're moving into a better place. So that's a good thing. At least you guys really know that you're moving forward and where you're going is a better place. However, I feel like there's someone that some of you are going to have to contend with before you leave. Possibly when you guys go to turn in your resignation, there may be some woman, a manager, supervisor, someone that has a bit of authority, maybe your direct supervisor, that may try to, I feel, they're not going to challenge it. Of course, they can. If you want, if you need to leave, you need to leave. But there may be some type of trying to challenge your movement to some extent. Someone saying, well, you have to do A, B, and C, you know, before you leave, especially if you're going to a different department, like you're staying within the company. Of course, every department tries to make sure, and HR tries to make sure that, one, you're leaving one place in a wholeness state before you are able to transition into another place. That's obviously not the case when you're leaving externally. You put in your 2 weeks and you leave. But this could be a circumstance for some of my cancers that you're staying within the company, and therefore your manager, supervisor may try to block in some ways you having to move there as fast as you possibly wanted to, or as fast as they wanted you to. If for others of you, in putting in your resume and giving a certain amount of time, I feel like some of them are going to work you to death. Like they are going to pull out everything that they can to try to put on your plate before you get out of there. But by the time you're going to leave your last day, you're going to be like, you know what? Bye. Like, I'm not saying that you're going to be over it, but you're going to be like so tired. Like, you know what? I need a vacation before I even start my new job because, either this is high season or, I just feel like you're dealing with a manager that she is something else, and like she has it out for you to an extent. And she sits around and thinks about what else she could do to kind of torture some of you guys. So it could be a man too. It could be a man as well. It doesn't have to be a woman. Others of you, I feel like you've really taken charge of your life. Those that were very disappointed in a career aspect for you guys, or you're saying, you know what, I'm going to either start my own business, or I'm going to definitely start to look for something different. And I feel for those cancers that has set out on doing that, you definitely now are getting the loans that you need. You're getting what you need to leave one situation and move forward. And I feel like it's because a lot of cancers took on a more fire sign mentality and just went for it. The objective was to just do it, and you guys got it done. Now, it took a lot of work, okay? Here's the thing. This new opportunity that you guys are either starting for yourselves or opportunity that was given to you, it's not going to be something that you can just get out of. Like, once you get in this, you're not going to be able to get out of it as easily as you've made the decision to get in it. Keep that in mind, okay? It's going to cause you to change a lot. Like, there's going to be a lot of, I feel, changes are going to call for a lot of tests. Like, you're going to go through some testing times with this place. And I feel like it's going to work you to the bone. They may be they may be feeding you the position as if you're going to be here and you're going to be doing A, B, and C, but they're not mentioning that really you're going to be on the front lines and really having to take care of a lot of things. So once you get in it, you're going to really realize, just how all all encompassing this situation entails, and that you're not going to be able to leave as easily as even you thought. Maybe some of you are thinking that, this is an opportunity and I have more freedom, and you're setting your sights out on, the possibilities. And then when you start this job, you realize, well, it's like, wow, well, no, I'm not going to have all this time on my hands. And, it's going to require far more from me than I thought at first necessary. You guys do have Capricorn in your seventh house. So your relationships, any contracts that you're combining yourself with, definitely has this all or nothing feel to it. You have Pluto transiting Capricorn at this time, which is in your seventh house. Speaking to Cancer, sun signs, or rising signs only. And for that, any type of new relationships, contracts that you guys are entering into is not, again, they're not something that you can kind of get out of. And so just to give you a tip, you want to enter into this situation in the best possible light. You don't want to do anything underhanded. You don't want to get yourself caught up in anything that is that will compromise you in any way. Okay, you want to leave this thing, you want to enter into it clean, do the process of being in it, stay, keep your nose clean and do your work and do what you need to do, and you'll come out on the other end of this thing where it won't drag out. Because if you get caught up in any negative aspects of this situation, this opportunity that's coming your way, it can prolong you from being able to get out of it when it's time for you to get out of it. So remember that I said that. The great part is that the money is looking good. For some of you, you've had to take a pay cut. It's not as much as you used to make, but you know that it has the potential to go there. So you're taking a cut in the front end to eventually get you back up and get to a better ground in the back end. But some of you are definitely leaving a circumstance, and it's even paying more money. Okay. I do see financial security and abundance. I do see an environment and atmosphere where people really do get along with you. You guys have a good working rapport, and I see that they definitely appreciate the skill sets that you have. Okay. What you guys need to do is just keep moving forward. I feel like, some of you have gone through an extenuating circumstances, me, and sometimes pronouncing certain long words. I feel like for some of you guys, it's been a process having to get this job. It's been a process going through the stress and the strain with the previous employment that you had. Okay, so I feel like after a long trial and error period of the previous job or a certain circumstance in your life, I feel like you're going to start to feel like you can kind of breathe a bit. This new opportunity, albeit will be very will cause you to have to work really hard, and sometimes you feel like you're a slave to whatever this is. Especially if you're starting your own business, you can definitely find yourself putting a lot of your own time and energy to your business. But of course, that's what you should want to do. It's your business. So although you have that feeling, you do have a sense of feeling as if you've accomplished a huge feat. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be congratulating you and giving you well wishes, because they really do understand what you've gone through. For those of you that shared it, and some people at the job that's witnessed that, I feel like, whether you know it or not, people are rooting for you. So that's what I have for you guys. Now, as it relates to love, I do see that there was some type of heartache, some type of disappointment that you guys are coming away from. Okay. I see here that now when I first laid these cards down, the first thing I thought of is that some woman came and told you that your husband loves her. That's what I, immediately felt when I saw the cards. So someone who's quite smug, that has had her hand in all kind of things, and she's up to things. She's not someone that you can easily figure out. Okay. She gets alone to herself and makes a lot of plans, okay, that she doesn't share with people. I feel like there was her telling you, like, yeah, he offered me his love. And I feel like some of you guys have allowed some some external person, like you're in the relationship with your mate and you've allowed some external person to keep you in your own personal hell because you're hung, like this person gets off on feeding you information, or someone, it doesn't have to be the other woman, but it's someone that knows a certain circumstance that gets under your skin. They get off on feeding you information and telling you stuff, because really they don't want you to be happy, because a lot of my cancers are going through happy times right now. If you take a step back, you do have a lot of good things starting to happen for you. You guys are coming out of this despair that you've been dealing with since the beginning of this year, and I feel like you guys are starting to get more in line with your normal self. Okay, so Pluto is kind of trying to ease up off you, some of you guys, for the most part, I do see. But I do see that there is someone that you're allowing to have control over you. Again, Pluto is in your 7th house. You have got to shake that off. You can't allow someone to just, move you and change you like a rag doll. They do whatever they feel like doing because inside they know that they can't obtain the happiness that you truly have as a person. Okay. They want to keep you in this space of disappointment, sadness, and heartbreak. So you have to say to yourself, am I going to allow it or no? Okay. Some of you, I feel you're realizing this. Okay. And you know that, it's pointless. Like, okay, you broke up with this person. Yes, you love them, but you know that it's pointless for you to keep trying to express how you feel and show them your love, when only either they're going to say to you, you hurt me, or that you're the person that's been hurt and they're the ones trying to shower you with love. But then really all they really is hitting is your heartache. Like every time they tell you something, it just goes right back to you thinking like, yeah, but you hurt me, that's that sort of thing. And I feel like you're going to start to realize for some of my cancers that, this is beyond toxic. And that is the foundation of this relationship, that it's toxic and it's controlling my life. And if I think back before you, life was a whole lot different and better. And now since I've had you in my life, there's been all of these challenges that I've experienced, setbacks that I've experienced. Ask yourself that, okay? So I feel like some of you are going to get it. And then you're going to say, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm walking away. Yes, I do. And for some of you, it will be your family. It will be your marriage and all of those things that you're going to walk away from, because you have to understand that it doesn't have a good foundation at this time. Okay. And others of you, I feel like you're going to walk away from one circumstance and situation, and you're going to continue to move forward. Some of you are just going to say, I'm single. I'm not really looking at this time. I'm just focusing on my career. I'm just really focusing on building my wealth at this point. Okay, I have family to support. I have things to do. I'm not making love my priority. And I feel like for those of you that has that mindset, you are truly going to be really walking to exactly what you're saying that you want: abundance and self-sufficiency, and you're going to be able to support those that you love and those that you need to take care of. I feel like there's going to be some real kind of like clearing the air and getting down to business, some clear-cut talking with another person about a love relationship. I feel like you are going to let this person know exactly what they've done to you, or them you, okay? And there's going to be some type of walking away. I feel like this is going to be the last ditch effort from someone to appeal to another person. And again, going back to that external person, this is going to be their last ditch effort to get under your skin. You guys have an opportunity to really end a situation once and for all, like for real. Okay. So I do see that happening for you guys, but I see if you're choosing to go on alone, you definitely have a lot of abundance coming your way. For others of you that feel like, you know what, there's someone else, which I don't personally see someone else here, but I just see that you're dealing with this possible threesome relationship. For some of you, there could be a threesome relationship that you guys are really dealing with, and now for some of you it's coming to an end. A lot of you, especially as it relates to a threesome relationship, it's coming to an end and you're moving forward. If this is a couple relationship and no one's cheating in your relationship, I feel like there could have been some type of test or challenge that you've experienced in your family life. Okay, you guys could have lost someone. There could have been some type of loss that you've experienced in your family life, and I feel like some of you Um, could have Somebody could have taken a break. There could have been some type of upset in the relationship or the home, but you guys are really going to sit down, I feel, and talk about it, and or you have a really great opportunity to talk about the situation, okay, and to find out where did we go wrong. This could be money's been lost. There's some type of having to get down to the bottom of, the secrets and the secrets of our relationship, the secrets of our family. Like there's just some deep rooted negative things that you guys really have got to admit and come clean about so you can start to work on that. Okay. And I feel like if you guys really do have that real talk and you're really wanting to work toward moving forward, I feel like you definitely can repair your relationship and your family life. Okay. Especially if this has something to do with finances, um, or something relating to the family as far as keeping some type of secret, keeping something secret. And then that secret really kind of like, I feel putting a lot of strain on the relationship and the family life. I feel like you have an opportunity to get out of that if you guys really clear the air and commit to working together on it. So that's what I see for you guys for the remainder of August. I hope this resonates for you. If you would like, you can comment below. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe. I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, guys.